Hi everyone, it's Jaymie here. I'm your soulful intuitive coach and healer. I work with wildly untraditional, multi-passionate spiritual entrepreneurs. And I have a message for all of you beautiful nonconformists out there, okay? I just want to remind you that before you came into this physical space reality, you made a commitment to show up as the gorgeous nonconformist that you are, that you're meant to celebrate this beautiful world in a very refreshing way by being wildly different and designing your audacious life in that way through, your business, through your relationships, your day-to-day life, all of it. And in order to offer the world this beautiful reminder that we get to pave our own path, you actually made kind of like a hack. So in order for you to stay committed to your course, you're not going to necessarily achieve your desired results just by implementing the tried and proven methods that seem to work for everyone else, because you're meant to follow your very own unique success compass, not just for your own success, but to activate all of the other people you are meant to inspire, and other nonconformists just like you, and other souls who want to be more bold and who are looking for more inspiration. All right? And so if you've been trying to design your business or your life and it hasn't been working out, and you've been sort of frustrated because you're like, what's going on? I'm doing the work. I'm practicing what I preach. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. And I don't understand why things aren't working, and it's a tried and proven method for everyone else. I want you to remember that it's because you're meant to follow a different path. And I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people forget. A lot of things that people don't tell you is that as a nonconformist, not only are you meant to follow your path, but most likely your path to success. Not that it's a blueprint that's going to be available on the market because you're so different and you're so unique. But if you're going to follow a template based on what already exists out in the world, you're going to find more success by observing what other people are doing and doing the exact opposite of that. Okay? And, when we're starting our own business, it's so easy to look for mentors, read books, look at the people that we admire, the people who have built the success that we desire, the millionaire coaches and, maybe the psychics and the business strategists and all of these different people. And it's so easy to get inspired and want to jump into following what they've been doing that works so well for them, especially since they just have a paper trail of successful clients, right? And you want to be a part of that because that would be so convenient to use what already exists in order to achieve your desired goals and results. But the thing is, it's not going to work for you. And I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm saying this to give you that clarity, that confusion, to answer that confusion that has been weighing on you for a while. It's just reminding you of what you already know. It seems really shiny and pretty and promising, but the thing is, it's not in alignment for you. And deep down, you know that. And that's absolutely okay. All right. It is so important as a nonconformist to tap into what really resonates for you, to sink deeply into your own soulful process, your success compass. All right. And to have that resilient trust and faith and commitment to yourself, because the people around us, our loved ones, friends, family, coaches, healers, mentors, they all try to help us to the best of their abilities. And a lot of times people don't understand nonconformists. I mean, even a nonconformist, is wildly different from the next nonconformist. And so it is so, so crucial for you to really trust in yourself and your inner process. Because you're meant to do something so refreshingly different and so bold that a lot of times, what you feel called to do looks like the exact opposite of what generates results. So it can actually be interpreted as what you want to do, what you're meant to do, what your soul calls you to do is actually self-sabotaging. And it's not, because we have to remember that the compass, the blueprint that's created for so many people who are able to follow that rinse and repeat process isn't for you. So it doesn't pertain to you. It doesn't apply to you, you know? And in order for you to follow your process, you need to have that inner resilience. You need to have that strength, and you need to give yourself that support and guidance that other people may not know how to show you until you get the results that you are seeking, until you see that progress. And I want to remind you that this is okay. Everyone is trying to help us to the best of their abilities. All right? And it's your job to stay committed to what feels aligned for you. Alignment is the biggest, most crucial thing when it comes to nonconformists. Something has to be in full alignment in your soul. Okay, and when something is in full alignment with your soul, you feel this expansion energy. It's soul enlivening. It just feels natural. It feels like it belongs. You know, it may feel a little scary for the mind, but there's just something about it that's very activating and awakening. You know, you need to feel that alignment in your soul, and then you also need to feel it in your mind. But you know, the mind plays expresses alignment in a different way, because sometimes the ego can show up as, oh my god, this scares me, right? But our ego is scared because it doesn't want to do things that are too different, because it sees it as a risk. So as a nonconformist, the things that terrify us, the things that our ego tells us is a bad idea, is actually one of the most brilliant ideas that you can do to execute your success. And this is why, again, it is so important to have that resilience within yourself, and to really understand yourself and to trust your process. Understand how alignment feels within your soul and within your mind, and experiment it. As a nonconformist, you're an experimenter. Okay, you don't have to, execute things in the very precise, linear, practical, strategic way that a lot of entrepreneurs take, maybe for like a sales funnel or a freebie or a lot of different launches, in the different steps. Because honestly, as a nonconformist, you have a short attention span, and it's really important to embrace your strengths and the areas that you can afford to improve upon. I don't believe in weaknesses. I believe that we've been given all the tools that we need to succeed. So the things that are perceived as weaknesses, I find are untransmuted strengths. Okay, so for me, I see boredom as a strength. Having a short attention span, because that, inspires us to become more creative, to become more resourceful, to find a solution that works for our short attention span. It actually leads to accelerated results. Time is the only unrenewable source of energy. I am a huge fan of practicing minimum effort and maximum results. This is so absolutely vital, right? And when you have a short attention span, you're incentivized to practice this, and it is so freaking amazing. I love it. And in order to really tap into yourself, you have to be willing to see yourself for all of who you are. And this is so vitally important, because as a nonconformist, you came into this world, committed to showing everyone, reminding people that, you really can pave your own path. And you are going to inspire other nonconformists. You are going to summon them. And you're going to inspire others to be more bold. And you're not meant to fit into a box, and that is absolutely okay. Okay? The feeling of not belonging doesn't come from not fitting into the box or not being from someone else. It comes from not giving ourselves the full permission to be all of who we are. It is time to embody who you are as a nonconformist. Okay? Stop trying to force fit the rules that don't work for you. Stop trying over and over to do the things that haven't generated the results for you. Stop paying attention to the people outside of you who have gotten those results that you so desperately desire, because they have a different success compass from you. Okay? It's not you that's the problem, but it's not going to work if you follow a system that's inapplicable to who you are. You have to create your own blueprint. Okay, that's what you're meant to do. You are meant to be disruptive. You are meant to provoke the pre-existing system and offer this wildly different, exciting thing that only you can offer. You are meant to do that. All right? More times than not, if something isn't working, it's because it's the system that you're implementing. Try something different. That's the beauty of being a nonconformist, is you don't have to invest so much time on launching a program or a product or a package or a service only, to find out that it's not something that resonates for other people. Go out there, put a sampler, put a teaser out, see if people love it, and, toy with the different things. These are so absolutely important. Understand the psychology of what works for you. Okay, become really familiar with your process. Discover your energy and harmonize with discover your process and harmonize with your energy. Okay, that is one of the best things that you can absolutely do. And because we do push up against the temptation of wanting to follow the rules that work so well for others, it's important to understand the psychology of why those rules work for so many different people and why it doesn't work for you. Okay, and that's going to save you so much time and energy because, sorry, I'm over here charging my phone. This is going to save you so much time and energy because the more you understand why something doesn't work for you, you can focus on what is going to work for you. All right, this is so wildly important, so wildly huge. Stop investing in the next coaches, the next healers that are offering you something that's going to work, that other people are saying is going to, like with the references and the testimonials, this person was able to make this much money after working with this coach. I see it all the time, and these coaches are absolutely phenomenal. But I have to tell you, they haven't worked for me because they're using a system that doesn't apply to me as a nonconformist. And I think that the biggest thing for a nonconformist is for you to really recognize it's about training yourself and identifying what does work for you, what doesn't work for you, understanding the psychology of why certain things don't work for you so that you can recognize it instantly and practice minimum effort, maximum results, times the only unrenewable source of energy. Move past that. Go on to the next thing. Okay? It's really about that customized clarity for you. It's about reconnecting you to everything that's already inside of you. Okay? This is so huge. That is the big thing. It's not about the systems that you implement. It's not about the process of, following the right funnel or having the right brand story or, all of these different things. These are absolutely important, absolutely. But as a nonconformist, your clients are nonconformists because your clients are an extension of you, right? So honestly, when you get clear and you put yourself out there, your clients are going to be able to understand you, and it's about connecting with who you are at your core, what you're meant to do, and really getting clear on what that is for you. Now, if this is something that you'd like some guidance around, I do have a program coming up. It's a not business designing. I do have that too, but right now I have something coming up. It's life designing for nonconformist. And this is an amazing group program that I have specifically for nonconformists. And it's really about, again, getting clear on what works for you. What is your soulful process, right? And understanding the psychology of what does and doesn't work for you, and getting into the practice of experimenting what is going to work with you, finding the habits, leveraging your strengths and weaknesses and transmuting them into your greatest assets. It's about finding that clarity. Because a lot of times, with nonconformists, there's so many different things that you want to do, and you get buried under all of it. Because the biggest fear for nonconformist is, I don't want to have to pick that one thing. I don't want to be stuck with something. And you don't have to. But there's a season for everything, and it's about finding what's most aligned for you. For a nonconformist, all of our ideas that show up, they don't show up just so that they could just die sadly in the, brainstorming phase. It's actually meant to be executed completely. But in order to do that, you have to be in alignment. You may want to live somewhere, but are you going to live in 3 different places at the same time, or are you going to go and live at the place that is most aligned right now? Maybe you live at 2 different places at the same time, depending on the season. There are so many different creative solutions for nonconformists, and it's about finding the one that works for you. This is something that I absolutely love guiding my clients on. I'm super psychic, and it just allows me to instantly tune into what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and oftentimes I find that I give different insights for different people. It is so absolutely fascinating. This is a 3-month program that I'm super excited. It's going to launch next month. If this is something that resonates with you, go ahead and comment below with an emoji or a GIF. All right? Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye!